Thank you everybody for hopping on this call. Thank you guys for having me. I woke up hella excited this morning only because I'm excited to kind of share you guys my psychology behind my success in closing. And I just really wanted to run a closing training clinic for you guys, for those of you guys who are struggling out there, who might be new, um, who pretty much, aren't as consistent as you want to be. But, hopefully I could drop some hidden gems for you guys to get you to that level where you're closing a deal a day, potentially multiple deals a day, right? Cool. So first and foremost, man, I just want to tell you guys I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to share this success story with you guys, my secret sauce, if you want to call it that. To be honest with you, I've shared maybe not all of it with my team, but I've shared some success with them, which is why, these guys are out there killing it, leading by example. But what I did wanted to share you guys was just pretty much everything that's happened to me since day one to the point where I'm at now, right? But it's just the psychology behind my closing, right? So first and foremost, I couldn't wait to have the opportunity to give you guys my secret sauce because, like I said, man, I feel, when I first started the business 4 years ago, I needed all the help I could get, right? I feel like everybody's at the position once you first start, and you kind of just want to absorb and be a sponge and just kind of take up as much knowledge as you can. That being said, the reason I want to share this with you guys is because when I started 4 years ago, um, the reason why I got really good at closing was because I worked with about, I want to say, 4 different people. I could name them for you, but it doesn't really matter about their names. And when working with these 4 people, what I did was I legitimately studied every single guy's closing strategy. Like, bookworm, studied it. Like, everything that you could think of. I legitimately dissected certain words, certain catchphrases that these guys might use. Definitely was checking out their body language, their physiology, right? Their focus, their demeanor, the delivery, right? All that comes into play with closing. You guys think that it might just be reading off the order summary at the bottom right-hand corner, but it's not as simple as that. There's a lot that goes with everything in regard to the closing aspect. So that being said, man, I wouldn't say I was obsessed, but I was kind of obsessed with just the fact that I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best closer. At the time, 4 years ago, I was working with a bunch of my friends, and I wanted to prove to all of them that, all right, I'm new, you guys put me on, but I'm better than all you guys. And to be honest with you, that's just my human nature. That's been my DNA since I was 5 years old. Growing up playing soccer, always competitive, always trying to be the best that I could. To be honest with you, I wasn't really as naturally as talented as probably many of you thought I would be, but I worked my ass off. And just like the way I do in the field, just like the way I do with sales, just like the way I do with my team, I legit put in the work. And if you put in the work, the reward will come. One of my favorite quotes, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard it plenty of times before, but hard work beats talent all day, all day. And I'm all about hard work. My hard work got me to the point where I'm at, and which is why I'm emphasizing to you guys, it's having that edge, man, that Mamba mentality. So if you want to say, right, that edge to be the best at anything you want to be, whether it's sales, whether it's sports, whether it's anything, right? Wealth, right? Some people want to be the wealthiest person in the world. So that definitely resonates with me, man. And I feel that really got me to the point where I'm at. And the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because all this pretty much focuses around confidence. I feel many people, many new guys, the reason that, they're not as successful as others is because they lack confidence, right? It sounds a little cliche, right? Sometimes it comes off as cocky, but to be honest, cocky is confidence, right? It kind of goes hand in hand, right? Being confident in your ability to close somebody, being confident in your ability, just because an X amount of reps pass by this customer's business, who cares? They haven't seen you. They haven't seen your face. Why the hell can I close them? right? They haven't talked to me. They might have talked to that guy. They might have talked to that guy. It don't matter. They haven't talked to me. I'm confident in my ability. I'm confident in the fact that I could close anybody, right? So the more confidence you build, it's like a snowball effect, man. The better and easier it gets for you to close these deals. I remember it's to a point where I would walk down the street, I'd see 5 businesses at a plaza, and I'd point at one and be like, that's the one I'm closed. I bet you anything. Little do you know, that's the one you close. And it's kind of crazy because the psychology behind it is that you're kind of training your brain before you even get to that business that's going to be the one, that's going to be the one, that's going to be the one. And, 50% of the time it is the one, 50% of the time it isn't the one, but that next one will be the one, right? So I'm going to get right into it, man. I'm pretty much just going to disclose everything and how I go about my closing, how I go about it, and how I pretty much recap everything, and I make sure everything's reiterated to the customer. That way you see a successful sale go through. You don't have to worry about calling back, checking back with the customer, wondering why it didn't get verified, right? Cool. So the first thing I could tell you about my closing technique is you have to be real. You have to be real. That is the biggest thing that I could tell you. So many of these customers, man, I can't tell you how burnt out they are from previous reps or sales guys going in there and just pretty much taking advantage of them, right? A lot of these customers are human. They're human just like you and I. And, part of the reason why this happens is, to me, is all because of miscommunication. There is some kind of miscommunication between your part, or maybe not your part specifically, but whoever salesman burnt him out, sold him, whatever, did him dirty, whatever you want to think, there's some kind of miscue, right? Miscue on his part in explaining to the customer, or miscue on the customer's part not asking the right questions, right? So all that comes in play with how you pretty much communicate with the customer, all the necessary steps you need to communicate, right? And it just goes hand in hand with being real. Just be real, man. I can't stress it enough. So that being said, how I go about it when I'm closing, I'm 100% honest with these customers, man. A lot of people fear and telling them certain things, but I really don't. And I feel that the more honest I am with these people and the more real I am with these people, they could sense it, and the less rebuttals I get, because they know I'm being completely honest. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not hiding anything. I'm being 100% real, telling them what it's going to be, telling them how it is, and telling them how it's going to be if they don't listen to me and if they don't remember what I'm telling them, right? So I'll get into it, man. So first and foremost, when closing, the first thing I always like to reiterate to the customer is the price, right? The price. That is the biggest thing that they want to know. That's the whole reason why they bid. For most of them, is the price, right? So first thing I like to go about is easy as so. So, hey, Mr. Customer, we're going to get you down to an X amount of dollars for the phone, internet, okay? The only difference now is that it includes TV, okay? I do not tell them they're getting TV in the beginning of the freaking presentation. I do not tell them they're getting TV when I walk in the door. I don't bring in the TV till I already filled out the paperwork. I have the number circled, and I'm explaining to them what's in their price. Why? Because nobody wants DirecTV. Everybody hates DirecTV. Let's be real. Nobody wants TV at their business, right? There's so many other things you could use rather than TV, right? But if you bring it out in a certain way where you kind of just slide it in and you're smooth about it, it shouldn't be a problem, okay? So for me, like I said, just for the sake of the talk, let's say this customer has phone, internet, right? We're going to get them down to $85, new customer, auto bill pay. Awesome. Cool, Mr. Customer. So the price we're going to get you down to is $85, right? I'm very direct, looking very, very much in the eye. First thing our back office will verify is our price, $85, right? And I circle that bad boy. That way they can see it. Once they verify our price, they're going to verify with you that AT&T and DirecTV will have separate bills, right? Usually there shouldn't be a rebuttal by it, but about 50% of the time you're going to get a rebuttal. You're going to get a customer that tells you, oh man, why the heck do they have to be on the same bill? Like, oh, can't they all be on the same bill? Like, I want it all on the same bill. So look, Mr. Customer, the reason why they're on separate bills is because the TV is not running over the internet, right? Like Spectrum, the way you have it, your TV runs over the internet. So whenever your internet goes out, the TV goes out. Plain and simple, right? Whereas with us, the TV is its own entity, right? That being said, if the TV were with the internet and if the TV cuts off for whatever reason, that means your internet would cut off, and that would affect your business, right? I like asking them questions, because when you ask them questions, they have your 100% undivided attention. They're looking at you. They're paying attention to you. And when they answer your question, they acknowledge with you that you're correct, that you're right. You know what? It is better to have separate bills. Maybe I didn't think about it, but now you just convinced me. It's better to have separate billing, right? Bam, you got through that objection. Cool. Next one. So, hey, Mr. Customer, as you can see here, your price is good for 2 years, but it's a 1-year promotion. Keep in mind, I don't say contract. People hate the word contract. If you say contract, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Even when they tell me, so it's a contract, I go, yeah, it's for 2 years. That's all I say. It's for 2 years. Your price is locked in for 2 years. Everybody knows what that means, right? People are afraid of the word contract. People are afraid of the word terms. People are afraid of the word agreement. I usually just tell them that your price is good for 2 years, okay? And at that 1 year mark, you need to call, right? And here's what I mean by keeping it real. And I straight tell them that, look, man, and at that year mark, if you don't call, if you want me to be 100% honest with you, the price is going to go up. It's going to go up, right? And prior to that, the reason why these guys are burnt out is because after a year, they get pissed off, their price goes up, somebody promised them the whole world, and this and this and that, and this happened, right? Why? Because there was miscommunication, right? Maybe the rep was just like, oh, well, your price will stay the same for both years. You don't got to worry about it at the year. No, that's BS. Your price is going to go up at the year. And I tell them that, and I tell them that all the companies are the same. Spectrum's the same thing, right? They give you a price for $85, and then their price goes up to $120, right? AT&T is the same way. Frontier's the same way. Everybody's the same way. So I already tell them that, look, everybody's doing it. It's the same way. So it's a matter of coaching the customer and teaching them that what they need to do, right? That's where the miscommunication comes. Look, man, at the year mark, if you don't call in, it's going to go up, straight up. It's going to go up to what you're paying now, right? So that being said, you need to call at the year mark to renew, right? If they get into depth and they're like, all right, well, what can you get me down to at the year mark? Cool, man. So at the year mark, if you do call, you have the option to downgrade to our commercial basic. The commercial basic is the same price as the business select, right? And if they still give me objections, I even go as far as, look, dude, so in Spanish, there's a saying that I've been working for the company for 4 years. I tell the customers, and I tell them, look, si Dios me da licencia, which says in English, if God forbids me and I'm here another year, give me a call at the year, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Prior in the past, 2-3 years ago when I was working in the company, I'll tell them to never call me. I don't want to see you again. Don't call me. Don't look at me. If you see me in the street, that wasn't me, right? But we're going about it the wrong way the whole time. Here's why. At that 1 year mark, when they call you, they're going to call you for another promotion. At that time, when they call you, we have so many things we could bundle them with. We could give them ADT, right? Ken's working on this new program, right, where we're going to be the dealer and we're going to be able to offer these customers pricing. So why the hell not call me at the year mark? Call me. Call me at the year mark. I might have another bundle for you, and I can make more money off of you in the year mark. So now my mindset is kind of keeping these guys as a lifetime customer, man. If I treat them right the first time and they call me again at the year and I keep signing them up every single year, if you look at it, that's a residual from one person every single year that you'll be making if you take care of them, right? So don't be shy from it, man. Don't be shy from these people calling you. Don't be shy from answering your phone. Obviously, if you're out in the field and with your, you're training people, whatever, yeah, don't answer your phone. Answer at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. But get back to your missed calls, man. Some of these people, they might be referring you. They may be asking for another deal. You never know what the case is, right? So back to that, man. I do let the customer know at that 1 year mark, you need to call in, you need to renew. If you don't call in, your price will go up. You could either call our office or you could call me directly, and I'll leave them with my cell phone number up in the right-hand corner. Cool. Once we get through that rebuttal, moreover, on the order form, I love how we have those check boxes, man. Use them. Use them. As I'm reading this with the customer and they acknowledge everything, I check it off. Bam, right? They see that, it's checked off. We went through it. Next topic, right? Check that bad boy off. Cool. So after the 2 year agreement, 1 year promo, it's the first month, right? So back in the day, I used to hate telling the customers that it was the first month, because a smart guy would tell you, all right, so after the first year, that's when my price is going up to. Yes, that's correct. That's what your price is going up to. So me, I would call it an activation fee, right? I'll call it a install fee, right? But here's why that'll shoot you in the butt. Nowadays, who the fuck pays for activation fees? Activation fees could be waived. Installation fees could be waived. If you tell them it's an activation fee, they're gonna tell you, yeah, then can't you remove that activation fee? And then you'll be like, oh, well, no, I can't. I'm just a messenger. It's protocol. But wait, I have $100 bill credit for you, so that could that could be a wash in that regard. Why use your $100 bill credit for the activation fee? If you come out as real and you tell them that, look, the first month is the regular price. You show them on the order form, you circle it. This is the regular price. You being a business, we have to charge you the regular rate. There's no activation, there's no installation fee. It is the regular rate of the package, right? First month, okay? After that, it'll be at the promotional price I quoted you, right? And then the reason I don't like to bring up the bill credit to kind of reverse that is because at the end of the conversation, I like to keep all my ammo in my pocket unless I have to use it. If I don't have to use it, I'm not going to whip it out there. At the very end, if I don't use the $100 bill credit, then I tell them, look, so you know what, Mr. Customer, for being so cool with me, I'm actually going to give you this $100 bill credit. Normally, I'm not allowed to give it to everybody, but I am going to give it to you. Okay, what that means is that it'll apply after the second month. You'll get the second to about fourth, fifth month free. Okay, but that being said, the reason I'm giving you this bill credit is because I want you to refer me to somebody, right? Damn, you'll get their attention. You know what? This kid's been real this entire time. He's giving me bill credit. Why the hell not can I send it to somebody else, right? Nowadays, all we need is a social to sign somebody up with a home business. The customer I got yesterday, he had a social. I went to an auto spot, pitched the owner. Owner was like, nah, I'm not having it. You guys came by here. You guys were out here a couple days ago. I'm good. Okay, cool. I'm walking away. Some guy that's just sitting there hanging out tells me, hey, what's up? I have Spectrum at home. Can you help me out? Easy money, man. Easy money. Easy money, easy money, easy money. Anyhow, back to the point. So once you get to that check mark, right? You come across that first month, right? After that, it's my favorite part. My favorite part. My favorite part is getting the card. Here's why. A lot of people, a lot of reps, I've noticed out there in the field, they hate asking for the card. I don't know, there's some kind of psychology behind it where they get frightened, they get scared. They're like, you know what? I don't even want to ask them that because I don't want to ruin the sale. I'll just have the back office worry about it. And then the customer won't give the card to the back office. And then, all right, well, cool. We'll worry about it the day of install. And then the day of install happens, and then the customer doesn't even give them the card. And then what? You get hit with the $50 non-auto payment deduction, all because you were scared to ask for a card. Makes no sense, right? If you're 100% real from the get-go, there should be no reason why they shouldn't give you the card. No reason at all, right? So the way I go about it, the way I ask for the card is, first and foremost, I ask if they're even on auto pay. That's a given. I ask that before I even quote them, right? The reason you want to know this is because if they do have an auto payment, it's way easier to have them put a card on file, right? And if they say they don't have auto payment from the get-go, I tell them, look, well, if you put a card on file, it's going to be $15 less. Oh, you know what? That sounds good. So in their head, for the people that don't want to give me a card already, and I already told them that, and they already gave me a soft close, like, yeah, that sounds cool. There's no way that a person that does do auto payment and does not do auto payment is not going to give me the card, right? So the way I ask for it is, cool, Mr. Customer. So I see here with AT&T or Spectrum, doesn't matter. You're already paying auto pay with us, right? So if you can see here, new and approved customers or DirecTV, we're going to need to process an auto payment as well. Since it's a separate bill, we are going to ask for that card on file now. If you had a card on file that you'd like to use, sir, please, and a cell phone number that we could call you to verify the order. And then I shut up. I look them directly in the eye, and I just let that awkward silence hit. And I just look at them like, yeah, I just asked for your card. I need your card, right? Nine of the times these guys would be like, like you really need it? Like right now? Like, I can't give it to them over the phone? No, I need the card right now because they're going to verify the last four with you over that phone call. All right, cool. Sounds good. Simón. That's what they usually say in Spanish. Here's my card, right? It's easy, man. It's easy. You just got to get over that leap of faith and not be discouraged to ask for the card. Even if it's a customer that has been trying to control the conversation on you. You've been fighting back and forth. Who's controlling it, right? He's a blue shark, right? A great white. He's trying to control type A, type A, type A. Ask for the card, man. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how these customers will be open to you and they'll be trustworthy enough to give you the card. And I can't tell you enough how many times when I first started the company, I would hate asking for cards. I was scared. I felt like a little bit, to be honest with you. I was like, man, I'm a little 22-year-old kid, like walking to this business. Like, why the hell is he gonna want to give me the card? Like, you're gonna trust me with that sacred information? You know, your parents teach you all the time, do never give your card to anybody. Never give your card. Never give your social. All that information is confidential. Never give it to everyone, right? So in my mind, I'm trained. Like, I'm not gonna ask anybody for that. Like, that's confidentiality. But you know, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to get out, man. You got to take a leap of faith. You got to trust in yourself. You got to believe, because little things like this could prevent bad things happening in the long run, right? Such as people cancellations and all this and involuntary cancellations, right? People aren't paying their bills. You don't want that. The best thing you can do is just get the card, man. Get the card, puts more money in your pocket. The sale won't get canceled, right? It's going to be on auto payment. Customer's happy, you're happy, you gave them the best price, you're good. You're good. You're good. Furthermore, at the end of everything, right? I like reiterating everything. I'll explain it to him once, I'll fill out the paperwork, I'll have him sign it, and I'll explain it to him again. Because a lot of the times, how many times have you guys been out there where you get a sale and, you know, you say you're live in the area, you walk away, and it doesn't get verified? Right? And it doesn't get verified because maybe you went through it too fast. You're trying to get in and out, right? That guy was busy, right? You're trying to make the money quick and take off, right? But, you know, if you're not doing the job right, that's what's going to happen, right? I can't tell you how many times this happened to me, right? But, you know, the more diligent you are with your work, you know, the more you deliver your message, right? Just the more real that you are with these customers, everything that you tell them, even though it's a lot of information, they'll remember it, man. They'll remember when that verification team calls. They'll remember everything they'll tell them. Everything will go hand in hand, and it'll make perfect sense to them. And that sale should go right through to the retention and validation team. Okay. Other tips that I could give you guys that really work for me is you gotta definitely feel the customer, man. You gotta read him. One thing that I'm really good at is I'm really excellent at reading people. Right when I walk in, I'm very, in Spanish, we have a saying called trucha. I'm looking, I'm paying attention, I'm looking what he's doing, I'm looking at the amount of people that are in there, I'm looking at the internet box, I'm looking at phone lines, I'm looking at everything. I'm acknowledge everything at the same time while I'm having this conversation with him, and everything is in the back of my head, because you could use anything to your advantage. Any little thing that you could find to your advantage, use it, because I can't stress enough that going in the long run, when you're closing these customers, there'll be little things that you remember that you can transition into your close, that you can help reemphasize your points, right? And if there's rebuttals that he's throwing at you, there's certain things you could say to refute them, right? So in regards to closing, man, you know, there's really no rocket science behind it, dude. It's just really delivering your message, being confident. I can't tell you enough. If you're not confident, the customer can sense that, man. If you look timid and you look like a weak closer, the customer is going to be like, man, I'm pretty sure I could close you, right? What do you need in this business? You want a new pair of shoes, right? You need this, you need that, right? So just be confident, man. Be confident in your ability. Be confident in yourself to just be able to close, right? It doesn't matter if he's 30 years older than you. It doesn't matter if he looks like a grandpa or dad and you're 18, 19, 20. It doesn't matter, man. Believe in the product you sell, believe in yourself, and the results will definitely come. So in regards to all that, I did want to end with a little Q&A. I just want to get your guys' feedback. What are you guys going through out there that, you know, that you might have questions for me? And moreover, before we get into this Q&A, the reason why I think these calls are so valuable is because when I worked with all these people back then, we didn't have these calls, man. I had to reach out to them like, hey, man, like, I know you're a top dog, you're a salesman, you're making your money, but let me work with you for a couple hours, right? Let me hit it with you for a couple doors. You don't have to do that anymore. We have this platform as partners where we could just literally give you guys all the secret sauce, all the tools, all the information, everything you need is here, right? From myself, from Steve, from Andy, from Safan, Gio, Mo, Peter, right? And those are just the partners. We haven't even got into the leaders tapping into these calls, right? So there's so many people, so many resources that you guys have just via a text, via a call, tap into a call, right? So I can't emphasize enough how important and valuable these calls are for you guys, because you guys don't have to take the time out of your day to go work with somebody for 3-4 hours. You could tap in for 30 minutes, listen, and they'll give you all that knowledge that you're seeking for. So to get to it, man, again, like I said, I just want to do a Q&A for those of you who have questions. Go ahead, speak your mind, and let me know. What are some questions out there you guys might have that you're encountering? Some questions you might have for me, how I go about my approach. You guys aren't even awake yet. You guys are all still asleep. If my call was that good and you guys are gonna go out there and kill it, oh man,
what's up, Trey?
I feel like a beast.
You,
What's up, Speedy?
I got you. My bad. I'm eating on my food. I'm hungry, bro.
Good. I'm hungry too.
Yeah, I gotta eat my milk crate real quick. But I got a question for you. What if you have a customer who is let's just say, for example, paying about $85,
okay,
or so, right? $90, and you can't really save them too much money, right?
Yeah.
So like you're out in the field, and one of your new guy gets a bill, and he's like, "Damn, man, I'm not gonna save him too much money."
Yeah.
Right? Like, fuck. So he's like, "What do I do?"
So he's paying 85.
Let's just say, yeah.
85, right? And he has this, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So look, 79. 79.
Yeah. So I can't tell you how many times I close people like that. So I'll look at their bill and I'll be like, look, so currently right now you're paying 85. So I got great news for you. I was like, you qualify for a new plan. And they're like, all right, well, how so, right? So they have a phone line, internet, 24 megs. You already know that's 63 in your head. Right away, when you quote them with a referral, baby. $78. You're paying $85. So look, sir, I could get you down to $78. Right now, you're paying $85 for the same exact service. You said you had a call in about over a year to renew, right? So there's a good chance within the next month, this bill is going to go up to about $90. And then it's going to go up to about $95. And then it's going to go up to about $100, right? So let's nip it in the butt now. Let's take care of it. I know you hate calling on the phone 2-3 hours, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of it for you in a matter of 10-15 minutes. How's that sound?
That's awesome. I love that part.
Cool. I fill out my paperwork, right? Do everything. Haven't told them anything about the TV. Bam. So look, Mr. Customer, we're actually going to get you down to $78. Same exact service that you have now. The only difference now is you get TV. TV? I don't know. TV? Really, TV? So look, man, you have two options with the TV. Either you can install it here or you can take it home. Right? And if you don't want to install it here, you can install it home, right? You have a grandma, you have an uncle, you have a nephew, you have a cousin. I don't care who, but somebody has to get the TV installed, and it has to be activated in order for you to get the promotion. I know that you may not need the TV. To be honest with you, everybody around this area has felt the same way, especially your neighbor. But what we found out is that in order for you to get the best price, you need to get the TV, right? How many people have came by you trying to sell this TV? Hundreds, right? The promotion hasn't changed. You still haven't done it. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the next pandemic? Pandemic already hit. We're trying to help you now. Oh, and on top of everything, you're lucky. I'm going to give you a $100 bill credit. That should cover about 6 months of free TV. Where are we going to install it? I think it'll look good right there. You see that? I think it'll look good right there. Simple as that.
The question I was going to, Dre, was for us, we'll get over that, But for the newer guys, the hard part will be the first month, right? So if I'm paying $85, now my first month bill is gonna be about $130, $140, right?
If you're doing that, don't bring up the $100 bill credit. Don't bring it up yet. I would bring it up until you bring up the first month, right? Because you already know that that's gonna probably be the deal breaker since you're saving them pennies, right? So when you bring up the first month, you let them know that, hey, so the first month it is regular price, but I do have a $100 credit to refute that. And then you kind of just break it down to them how it works, right? You let them know, no, you're not paying nothing today. A lot of the times, the reason why they don't want to move forward is because they're scared of paying anything today. paying anything right now, right? They might not have the money in the account. So you got to just explain to them that you won't get charged that first month to the day of install, right? The day of install, whenever we install that TV, right? Could be in X amount of days, could be in 2-3 days, right? That being said, the moment we install that bad boy, your promotion kicks in and you'll see the change in your phone and internet within the next billing cycle. And that's what I use. And to be honest with you, it kind of goes with confidence, because right away for a new guy, they're not going to see any wiggle room, and they're going to be like, man, in their head, they're already kind of lost because they're already looking down on themselves, right? The psychology behind it is, oh man, I can't do this. There's no way in hell. I'm done for, right? Whereas if you flip that and you say, fuck yeah, this is going to be a good one to sell. I got $10 of wiggle room. Let's do it. Let's make it happen, right? I'm already training and believing myself that I could do it rather than telling myself I can't do it, right? You're losing before you even started if you tell yourself you can't do it, right? So the psychology behind it is this confidence, man. It don't matter if you're saving them 10, $15, right? What I learned yesterday, and it's crazy, it's not that I learned it yesterday, it just kind of happened to me when I was training my guy, is the fact of the matter that so many people, so many different customers, they have different trigger points, right? And you never know what you could say that's going to hit that trigger point. That's going to be like, damn, I'm down. Let's do it, right? Whether it's they're going to get TV for a free couple months, right? Whether it's, oh, you know what? You're right. The TV will look good right there. You already put into their mind, you know what? I want to do it. It don't matter if I have to pay the first month. You're right, right? Anything that you might say might hit them in a trigger point. Everybody has different trigger points. They have different soft spots, right? So that's why it's good to really, really, really build rapport and talk to your customer, because you'll kind of figure out what might be their trigger points, right? If it's cost, if it's savings, if it's price, it's because they don't want to be burnt out. They got ripped off, right? They hate separate bills, whatever the hell it is, right? You got to find that trigger point that's going to make them feel comfortable and a little more susceptible to you being okay with getting that deal. So that's just my 2 cents on that, Speedy.
Hey, Dre, if I
Yes,
may,
sir.
I'd like to add something.
Go ahead, Gio.
There's a very, very similar case that Hugo, one of my reps, went through,
Okay.
where the customer actually ended up canceling during the verification call because then he was thinking in his head that the savings wasn't enough. He was saving like $15.
Okay.
So his trigger point, Hugo called me upset, and he was like venting to me about the whole situation. And I was like, bro, you could save it. You just got to build more value behind the whole deal. Because that's why customers move forward, because of the value behind it. And then what ended up working for him that I told him to do was offer the free TV. That's fucking valuable, right? That's an extra little nugget of value. Hugo was kind of like hesitant. He was like, bro, he already has so many TVs. He's not going to want it. I'm like, bro, but did you offer it? He's like, no, go offer it. He went to offer it. And he's like, bro, that should fucking work. And I'm like, I know.
That is an amazing point, Gio. I can't tell you how many times I don't give out free TVs. I don't even give out a TV to collect a check. The TV is irrelevant to me. It's not even in my ammo. However, whenever I do come across a customer and it doesn't go through in the verification call, my last resource is, look, man, I'm sorry for the missing inconvenience. Maybe this just wasn't clear enough for you. For the inconvenience, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw away a free 32-inch TV that'll be delivered to your business. I can't tell you how many times that saved my ass, right? Even though they don't want the TV in the beginning, right? They hate TV, they don't want it. But anything free, that might be that guy's trigger point. And you never knew because you never understood that he likes free things, right? So, again, that is a great point, Joe. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me and how many times I've saved sales that way. Yeah.
Especially if they're old, because older people come from a different generation where TVs were like $1,000 plus. So you throw in a free TV, they're like, in their head, they're already like, oh, wow, it's very valuable, you know?
That is a great, excellent point. That is a great point. Whereas, maybe a younger person would be like, oh, I don't want a TV, man. I could go get one, right? But that is true. That is true.
Is it a smart TV?
Yeah, if you want it to be.
Well, when I tell them on that question, I say, it could connect to your phone if you have the right adapter, and then I transition away from that question. So I didn't really answer it, but I answered it.
That's a good point. Go ahead, Ryan.
No, you're talking about closing. I want to talk about kind of your approach going into a business. How do you command the room from the second you walk in? What is your way to get them completely bought in?
So check this out. for those of you who don't know, I used to have a partner of mine. His name was Cisco. A lot of you guys don't know him. A lot of you guys do know him. So this mofo, man, I could never wrap my head around how he walks into a room and he's like freaking Jesus Christ, just floating in the air. Everyone's looking at him. Everyone's paying attention to him. He has that persona where he'll just get everyone to smile to him. Hola, mijo, métase, ¿cómo está? Come in, right? And for the longest, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like what is he doing? And I figured it out. What it is just, it's just how he goes about when he walks in the room, right? He walks in with the room with a certain glow, right? He walks in with the room with his chest up high, smiling, waving, kind of like if he's the president, right? Walking in and all the people are like, cheering for him, right? Oh my God, you know, the man of the hour just walked in. He's waving, carrying a baby if he has to, saying hi, doing all this. But it just goes within how you walk in, man. Like my new guy yesterday, we walked into a nail salon and there was like 30 people in there. And he walked in and he was like, oh snap, like what I do? And I was like, oh, step back. I was like, step back. It's my favorite. Hey, mama, how you doing? How's everybody going? Hey, we with AT&T. We're doing a little follow-up here in the area. How everything going with phone internet today? Everybody stops and just looks. Yeah, me. I'm talking. I'm speaking. Everyone look at me, right? It's just how you bring yourself in the room, how you go about it, right? You're not going to want to walk into a room like that where maybe there's 6 guys sitting on a desk in the back eating, right? Because that's disrespectful, right? You're not going to want to walk into a business and if somebody's with the customer, right, and they're having a one-on-one, hey, how you doing? You know, that's not the way you go about it. You got to kind of read every situation because every situation and every environment that you walk into is different, right? So again, reading, right? Reading everything, man. Getting a sense, getting a feel, reading the environment of the business, reading the customer's body language, reading if he's looking at you, if he's not looking at you, if he has his back towards you, right? All that comes into play. And essentially, if they are looking at you and they are paying attention to whoever walks in that door, damn, dude, walk in like you're floating. Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? We're just here checking out, making sure everything's okay, right? The reason I'm out here is because we actually sent a letter in the mail due to the changes we're making for COVID. Have you guys seen that letter? Or have you called in? No, right? Bam, you're in the money. You got their undivided attention. And let me tell you, if you're not using COVID, pandemic, the virus, the Rona, whatever you want to call this pandemic, if you're not using it in every single one of your pitches right now, you're doing the wrong thing. You're doing the wrong thing. Before, our pitch used to be, hey, how you doing? We're in the area because we're getting some feedback and follow-up that there's problems with phone, internet, and price, right? How many times have these customers heard that? They always hear that. We say the same thing. Hundreds of people walk into their business, right? Change it up, right? What's happening today in the world is the pandemic. It's COVID, right? So bring that up. Every single customer I've talked to and speak to, asked my new guy yesterday. I swear I said COVID about 1,000 times yesterday. And I like one from Gio on the sticky pads on the dealer. My boy puts COVID relief program.
That shit works, baby.
I swear I've been using that and it's money. Money. I gave it to some lady yesterday and I was like, this is the COVID relief program. Oh my God, I'm going to give it to my owner. He's going to call you. You're going to get a call. I promise you. You know what I mean? But sorry, I got a little off tangent, Ryan, but that's the answer to my question for you. Yeah. Any other questions? Anybody? Any new guys?
Yeah, I have a question. So this doesn't really pertain to sales, but more for like mentality for new guys.
Okay.
So, we set goals on Tuesday, and let's say my goal is 5 for the week. I'm at 0 and it's Thursday, right? How do I go about that?
So the way I go about it is, me generally speaking, I'll be like, man, I get 5 in a day if I have to. But, that's not the case for everybody because not everybody has the right experience, right? So what I recommend you guys who aren't at that point, you need to change your goal. That's not more likely if you didn't get 5 in 3 days, you're not going to get 5 in 2 days, right? So you need to be 100% real with yourself, just like the way you're 100% real with these customers, right? You got to set an attainable goal, a goal that you could achieve, right? You haven't got 1 in 3 days? Well, let's get one. Let's get one, right? You get one in one day. It's Friday. Let's get one more, right? Instead of setting a goal for yourself for the whole week, which you haven't accomplished, why don't you set a goal for yourself for the day? And then that snowball effect will trickle down to the next day. And then all of a sudden we have momentum. And then all of a sudden come Monday, you're like, man, I'm going for 8, right? And you turn that goal into reality. Yeah.
Can I piggyback on that?
Yes, Ryan, go ahead.
For me, I know I struggled a lot with that in the beginning of starting like sales, where I was so focused on the number that I stopped treating people like people. So I switched it to how many people can I help today? And when I thought about it that way, I ended up finding my sales and hit my goals.
That's perfect.
So,
I think I remember the conversation you had. It was with Andy when we had that office party, and you're sitting in the back, and Andy was just like, Ryan, how are you going about this, man? Like, why don't you look for someone to help? And I think that was the day that kind of just snapped you into reality, man. So yeah, definitely, man. You know, I can't stress enough how a lot of new guys and a lot of reps are so eager to close a deal and look for the sale that the customer could read that. They could read that you're trying to sell them something. They could read that you're a salesman. They've been selling longer than you. Some of them have a business for 40 years. You don't think they have more sales experience than you? Maybe you might be a better salesman, but they have just as much sales experience as you. And it's common sense for a salesperson to read another salesperson, right? So they'll definitely be able to read if you're trying to sell them, right? So that being said, I always tell my guys, we're really not salesmen, man. We're really helping people out. Why don't you change your mindset and go out there and look for someone that you can help, right? If you look for a sale and look for a sale that you're going to get, chances are it's not going to happen. But if you look for somebody that you can help, somebody that's in need, I can't tell you enough with this pandemic how many people need help. When I was in San Diego last week with Danny, it was the most hilarious thing ever, dude. I'm walking by a business. There's an owner running outside, chasing me with his bill in his hand. I need help. And it's crazy how the law of attraction, if you're looking to help people, how help just comes towards you, how people just want help from you, right? It's powerful, man. The law of attraction, it's a willpower, right? So just go with that mindset. For those of you guys that haven't been thinking like that, I challenge you guys today, instead of looking at it, how many people can I sell? Look at it, how many people can I help today? Who am I going to help? Who needs my help? Who's overpaying, right? Think about it, man. Some of these people are some people's grandma, grandpa, uncle, right? They're not as tech savvy as us. They don't know how to call. They don't like to deal with people over the phone. Like, you kind of feel for them. I mean, I feel that I'm pretty good-hearted, man. So for me, you know, especially when it's my people, when it's Spanish people, it hurts me. It hurts me to see my people hurting, man. So for me to be able to help them out, do what I have to do, and I get compensated for it, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Hey Dre, when a customer has the customer ever asked you, are you commission based? Have they ever asked you that question?
Yes. So I never tell them I'm commissioned. I know I'm telling you to be 100% real, but some things you don't have to be real about. They don't have to know the complete truth. Here's why. I just feel that in sales, if you tell them that you're all commissioned, then they're gonna know that you're making a life out of this deal. So then the shift of power changes in a matter of seconds without you knowing it. They have the power now because they know they're in control. They're in control, and they can say no, and you won't get shit out of this deal, right? So what I like to say is, no, I get paid hourly. And I do have a certain goal that I have to hit for the month. And if I help as many people as my goal, then I do get a bonus. That's what I say. I don't tell them to pay commission. What do you say?
I tell them, yeah, I'm commission based. The more money I save you, the more money I make, and then they get really happy. Because then they feel like I'm on their side.
That's why I love Gio, man. Gio's got a different mindset, you know what I mean? But that's good. I'm gonna use that one today.
That shit works. It never has failed me.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, man, like some business owner would like to do business with you on commission, especially if they like you. You know, like for me, for example, if I'm dealing with someone and they're working really hard, I'm on the fence, I'm like, are you on commission? They're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
You know, I think some business owner would just do it because they want to help you out, especially the relationship.
But it goes both ways, Ken, because you know, you always want to make it seem like, you know, this deal, right, is a great deal, right? You want to make it seem like, yeah, man, like this deal goes with me. Like, you know, if you don't want to do this deal, that's fine. Fear of loss. It's not going to affect me. I get paid hourly. I'm getting paid on the clock now, right? So that kind of gives the customer a fear of loss as well, right? So, I mean, I guess there's two sides of it, to be honest with you.
I understand what you do. Yeah.
Any other questions? I want a new guy to ask me a question, man. Somebody that I don't know of, somebody that has the guts to step up.
I have a question. I have a question, right? So
Jeff.
a lot of people I've gone to, when I walk in, they're like, "Oh, you're only here to sell me." How do you rebuttal that?
Oh man. So if they tell me if I'm only here to sell them, I tell them, to be honest with you, I'm not a salesman. I'm actually part of customer service. I'm part of our retention program COVID relief, where I'm here to help you. The reason I have a job is because a lot of customers in the area, they hate calling in for 2-3 hours on the phone, right? So if you don't renew your promotion for 2-3 hours on the phone, who are you going to renew your promotion with, right? You see these Spectrum guys, they're coming to the businesses every single day. What are they trying to do? They're trying to sell you. They're trying to switch you over. They're trying to win business, right? We've taken to that effect where if we don't come talk to our customers that they're selling to, we're going to lose you guys, right? So how am I selling you when you've already been sold? You're already with us. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to retain you. I'm trying to keep you. And if any solution that I could give you, whether if you have problems with internet speed, service, you want to remove lines, I'm here to do that. So how can I help you?
What if there was Spectrum? How do you handle that one?
Then you're a salesman, my man. You are a salesman. You are a salesman. Don't ever get it twisted. We are salesmen at the end of the day. If he's with Spectrum, you better flip that switch and you're selling. Why? Because he's not an existing customer. You're not going to warm him up to stay with you. He's not with you. So then you get into whenever I have a customer tell me, yeah, I'm with Spectrum. Cool. So how long ago did you switch to the dark side? Right? There's a buddy of mine named Carlos that worked with us like 4 years ago, bro. I'm never an icebreaker kind of guy. I'm not, because I feel icebreakers make them feel like you're a salesman, right? But when you're selling to Spectrum customers, this guy would be like, so when'd you switch to the dark side? They'll laugh, man. They'll laugh. They'll break the ice. They'll be like, oh, well, I left you guys this and this and that, right? Automatically always assume they had us and figure out why they left us, whether if it was price. If it was price, you know we can win them back because we have great pricing. If it was service, and you're in a good speed area, you know you can win them back because now we have amped our service, right? If they don't have good internet speed and the reason they left for internet speed, you're not going to win them back. I would leave. So you got to kind of know what situation you're in beforehand. So to answer your question, you know, if they tell me they have Spectrum right away, I assume they had us, right? They usually tell you, oh man, I switched over because of your price, right? Oh man, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Was Spectrum able to lower your guys' price due to COVID? Oh, hell no. Oh, man, what assholes. That's actually what we're doing today, right? A lot of people in this time of need help, right? Let me ask you this. What are you paying? All of a sudden, you're talking numbers. They're telling you what you're paying. They're telling you what you have from not wanting to talk to you at all. So that's just my 2 cents on it, kind of how I go about it, right? For me, they have to literally give me like 4 no's or tell me to get out their business for me to leave. If not, I'm in there. I'm chilling. I'm hanging in the pocket. I'm taking all the fire they're giving me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't faze me. At the end of the day, I know that there could be something that I say along my pitch that might hit his trigger point. You might not know what it is, but you'll know once you say it, and you'll get his undivided attention.
All right, thanks.
That was a great question, Jeff. Cool. Anybody else? I know we got about 7 minutes left. If anybody else has a question, please feel free to ask. I don't want to call on people, but I'm not going to call on people. I'm not like that. But yeah, man, I mean, all in all, just be real, be 100% honest, do your work with integrity. You know, I can't tell you how long of a way it goes, right? You know, there's a lot of reps in here that fell in and out. right? They fell in and out because they just weren't doing the right things. I feel they weren't doing the right things. They weren't practicing the right things. You know, so as long as you're doing the right things, you're 100% honest, you're being real with these customers. Yeah, I know a lot of these customers could be jerks, right? But it's the nature of our business, right? One thing that you could do is you need to learn how to deal with certain personalities, right? You need to learn how to deal with an asshole. You need to learn how to deal with a jerk. You need to learn how to deal with a guy that has a type A personality. You need to learn how to deal with somebody that's going to say yes, 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 even though that's super easy to deal with, right? But the better you get at dealing with all these kind of people, whenever you encounter an asshole or a jerk, it won't faze you. It won't faze you at all. I just feel like I'm one up above them. I already know how this person is. I already know what they're gonna say. I already know what they're feeling. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't. That won't affect me hitting my next door. Not at all. Not one bit. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I got money in my pocket. I got a good team. I got a great family. Amazing girlfriend. Amazing partners. You know, what more else can I be mad about? I'm good, man. I'm good. These guys aren't gonna faze me, man. They're not gonna ruin my confidence. 1,000 no's isn't gonna ruin me. So won't make you stronger, you know, what they always say, won't make you stronger, won't break you type deal. So come on, man. Just be confident in yourself. You know, and if you don't have that confidence, practice, practice, practice pitch, practice pitch, practice pitch. When I first started the business, dude, I would sit down with my girlfriend for like 5 hours in bed and I was just pitching her over and over and over and over and over and over again. I bet you if I bring her to the field, she'll know the pitch. Put it like that. Like, it's so funny. I'll even come to the point where I'll see her. How many you get today, baby? She already knows what's going on, right? So it's just all practice, man. Practice with your grandma. Practice in the mirror, right? Anything that you could practice. Practice makes perfect. It's not going to happen overnight. All these guys, the Andys, the Stephans, the Kens, the Gios, you know, all of it happened with practice, man. It didn't happen overnight. You know, some of them are more talented than others. Don't get me wrong, right? Someone's always going to be more talented, but others work harder. So it just really depends on how you are, man. You know, I'm okay right now. Thank you, man.
Yeah, can I just add something, Dre? I know
Yeah.
you're here. Yeah, but one thing about Dre, guys, he started this call talking about extracting a lot of information from the people he shadowed in the beginning. You know, he started this business 4 years ago, but within those 4 years, he learned so much from people in the business that's been doing it well and longer than him. And that's how he gained this confidence. Okay, so for those of you who are brand new to this business, it's going to take you time. It's going to take you some adversity, some failure. It's going to take you time learning from people, having that student mentality, and then you'll gain that confidence. Dre is so confident right now because he's failed. He's experienced everything you haven't experienced yet. That's why he's teaching us. So I just wanted to put that out there. You know, great call, Dre. Super confident. You know, sales is all about a transfer of certainty and emotion. And if I'm doubtful and I'm the customer, you're certainly selling me on your certainty. So good stuff, Dre.
Appreciate it, man. And again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dre. You guys can take my number down. It's 562-916-5847. Again, it's 562-916-5847. Give me a call, shoot me a text. You know, sometimes a lot of these new guys, I know you might feel like, oh, he's a partner. I'm not sure if I want to speak to him. I want to reach out to him. Dude, we're human. We're here to help you guys, man. You know, if it wasn't for Andy and Ken always helping me, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. So if I don't do the same for you guys won't ever be in the same position, man. So reach out to me. Feel free to hit me up. Shoot me a call. Shoot me a text. I'll be more than happy to answer any kind of questions you guys have out there. But that's about all I got for the call. That's about all I got for you guys. Appreciate you guys for taking the time. Let's go out there. Let's kill it today. Let's make some money. And remember, be real, be confident, and try to look for somebody you could help. That's it. That's all I got for you guys.
Thank you, Dre.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Dre. Have a good day, guys.